So hello you all, welcome once more to Equips Lab, and this is one more video of my series of must-drive Latin American roads. And this one is called Rastro da Serpent in Portuguese. Can be translated as the Serpent's Trail. This is 250 kilometers and 1,200 corners road. It connects a city called a very small town actually called Capão Bonito to Curitiba, which was where I live. So here is where your journey begins. By the bar called Portal da Serpent, which is named after the road, but with a rather different spelling, search on your GPS this way as written on the screen. Go into the bar, have a snack, share your story with the bikers, and when you feel ready, turn your keys and start your engine. This is the sign you must look for. Don't forget to make a classic picture in front of it. It's a very, very delicious road, and the asphalt until now is silk smooth. And I feel a great pleasure doing this. I'm not so big fan of track days. I have done some a long time ago. I get tired easily because it's always the same round and round, and I'm not a competitive person for me to see and how fast and the times I could make and so on. This doesn't excite me, and not even a little. And I always see on the YouTube the car guys, especially Porsche guys, talking about the track days and how fast they went and so happy. And I think I can now understand what they feel. They feel the same what I feel driving on the road. I know the roads are not for speeding. Of course, you must respect all the limits. But the sensation the roads bring, the unknown, the scenery, the nature, and it brings me some calm. It's exciting and brings calm at the same time. I know this is paradoxical, but for me, some kind of meditation, like especially those roads that are rather empty. I feel like the world is mine, you know. Woo! What a great corner! Imagine the drift people here, Dorifito. Woo, they would have a lot of fun. I can see a RX-7 and a Nissan Silver here doing this corners at full speed, sideways. Should be exciting. I never been in a drift car before. But you know, my biggest dream is to go around the world driving, especially, and must be with a classic car. Actually, when I'll be able to do this, the future will be so far. The future is so far away that any nowadays car will be a classic car. But I must do this before I die. Even if I have to sell everything I have, take a loan in the bank and so on. And once in a classic car event in Curitiba, I met a couple from New Zealand that they are doing exactly this. They are doing this with a 50s Mercedes Ponton. It's a beautiful car, and doing this with a car from the 50s is even more exciting. And the car is standing. I think they are already for 5 years doing this trip. They completed the trip around the world, but they are, I think, exploring other places. I talked to them on Facebook a few time ago, and two more friends with two more cars joined them in this trip. I think they spent 59 set of tires already doing this. It's very exciting. I really hope one day I can do that. If you want to take this road by yourself, just take a plane to São Paulo International, get a car or motorbike. It would be better if you buy a classic one, of course, but anyway, you can always rent a boring one. Take a road called Raposo Tavares until the city Capão Bonito and look for the sign I show you in the beginning of the video. You're then gonna drive 250 kilometers until right there. And then you can drive this marvelous road I'm showing you and arrive in Curitiba. Once in there, enjoy the city because in my opinion it's the best city of Brazil. Now let me tell you the story of this SEC. One of my car friends used to send me several Facebook glass-filled links. I had not then the habit to search on cars on Facebook because it's too messy. It was hard to find anything there, especially because it limits the distance range you search in, but he convinced me once that looking there worth the time. And he was right, effing right. I think I have searched for old Mercedes or classic Mercedes on the search bar and bang, there was it, the very first car for a price of 3 or 4 years ago. I couldn't really believe it first and immediately contacted the seller asking if it was still available and he said yes. So I arranged the down payment with him, something around 10%, and we closed the deal if the car was as described. The main problem was that I was working at the time on the offshore oil rig, as I told you in one of my previous videos, and there was still 2 weeks before I could go home. Fucking shit. Too long to the end of my shift. It was the longest 2 weeks of my whole life. I know I'm making a drama for a few, but gearheads will completely understand me. Well, the car was in São Paulo and I was in Rio when I went out from the platform. It is the distance between them is about 500 kilometers. So I took the bus on the same day I went out from the rig and arrived in São Paulo 30 minutes past midnight. It was definitely not a pleasant place to be. Take care if you go to São Paulo bus station late at night. It's not cool. Next morning I contacted the seller, which took me on the hotel and then to an underground garage where the car was stored. Of course I sent a message to a friend sharing my location and asking if in 30 minutes I didn't give any sign I was alive, he could call the police. Because you know the car's price was so low below the average that I thought it could be a scam. So I was fearful for my life. But I thank God, fortunately everything was fine. The seller was completely very cool guy that supported me with everything even after the deal was done. He called me asking everything was okay. I could drive the car more 500 kilometers from São Paulo to Curitiba. Arrived there very fine, everything worked out good. The short story of this car seems to be that the seller was actually not the owner of the car. He was some kind of curator for a collection of other guy's car, and this guy was already rather old and was wanting to get rid of everything he had, many cars. The guy seems to have collected everything, like even beer cans, oil cans, and had a huge farm and needed to empty it all because his heirs said they don't want anything of that and they would throw in the trash. So there were other old cars there for sale, but no Mercedes anymore. Some cars good, some not so much. This SEC had a lot of stuff to do, but it was a good base for a project. It was low mileage. Was, you know, when you look a car, maybe if it's not working properly, but you know this car hasn't been touched so much. You see the wires are where it should be, harnesses, rubbers, hoses, everything untouched, and you know this is a good car for making a project. It was the case of mine. It had problems. The AC was completely dead. One power window was bad. The car idled very high, and it took a long time cranking before engine starts. It could stand still for more than 3 hours maybe. Most of these problems I have fixed already, and I have videos of most of them. It was basically when I decided to begin starting this channel. But most of these videos of me fixing this SAC until now are in Portuguese. If you want to check my Portuguese channel, here is the link, and you can laugh at how fun it sounds for you. And now let's go for some action!
Im September 1981 wird mit den Typen 323
So here we are at the final miles of this road. I didn't show you the whole road. Actually, we have more 30 kilometers here yet, but I'm afraid I'm getting without memory, spacing memory for recording more videos. And of course I didn't show you all the road because otherwise it would be a 3 hours long film. And also I wanted you to see this road with your own eyes and to drive it and feel it with your own senses. All videos of the series I will make this way. Of course I won't show everything, but I hope you could have an idea of the road and how fun it is. As you could see, we had fog, rain, sun, cloudy, everything in just one road. It was really fun. It was fun with this old Mercedes-Benz. Imagine with a sports car like a 911 or something like that. So it's your choice of car. And I really recommend you to come here. So it's nice to spend some money sometime. So thank you guys for watching this channel. I hope you enjoyed this trip, and as soon as possible I'll bring you more videos about this, of other roads, other cool roads that you should visit. And please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to my channel, hit the bells for notifications, and that's all. And always keep on driving. See you.